Well, what a terrible thing to happen. I mean, it was a wonderful bit of play by pioline, but having said that, sending Edberg the wrong way and then a beautiful passing shot. But how often do you see this man who moves so well to the net and at the net fall? Virtually never. Becker all the time, but Edberg, no.
Swedish physios obviously knew exactly what had happened. They diagnosed it just by looking at the way he twisted his ankle, and so they knew exactly what to do. So there you are, and you can sense, I think, in the crowd's attitude, almost silent in a way, just this murmur of anxiety, of concern for what's happened. It's come at the time just when Edberg, it seemed, I think, to both of us, was beginning to move at that lovely gliding pace of his, but now you can see the anxiety on his face.
Edberg guessing he'd go to the Edberg forehand. He didn't, trying to stop and turn, and only achieving and turning that ankle. Yeah, this is drastic for any player, of course, to have what could be an injury here, but a player who relies totally on his mobility around the court.
Up there top right in your picture, also looking anxious, you've got a shot of Joachim Nyström, former Swedish, top Swedish player himself. Now coach Thomas Enquist.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining, says George Diaz from the umpire's chair. Out of your picture, you can't see it, but Yannick Noah is crouching low just to keep talking quietly to Cedric Pioline. Obviously put something positive into Pioline's mind so that Pioline doesn't just sit there thinking, well, what's going on here?
Exactly that, yeah, keeping his mind focused. Yannick Noah, just the most exuberant, active Davis Cup captain it's possible to imagine.
He's so popular with the French players that even the leading French women players have now asked the French Federation if Noah can captain their Federation Cup, or rather Fed Cup team.
Oh, he's a great captain. Inspirational.
Well, now, how's he look? Carla Haggersdog inquires. I think he needs to keep it warm. Start to move on it as quickly as possible.
Six, please. Love 30.
Not a nice time to start, is it? With an injury, love 30.
2-3, first set. Well, he moved in smartly enough behind that. I would guess that he's going to try and get the points over quickly now. So he hasn't got to do too much running backwards and forward and changing direction.
Well, he's having trouble. He was before the injury with these dipping returns of serve by Pioline. Always having to play low volleys. More break points, every game the same.
Yes, bold play by Edberg.
$30-40.
Sense of daring, sense of adventure, and that serve. He's never needed it more.
Choose.
How was that? Edberg looks suspiciously at that, but I think it was in, wasn't it, Bill?
I think it was, yeah. It was a beautiful pass, wasn't it? I mentioned earlier he likes rolling this one down the line. And played quite a long way from his body. That's an exceptionally good shot.
Well, he didn't salvage the point, but he ran robustly enough for that.
Yeah, the tennis is improving as this match goes on, and pioline excelling with some volleys.
First impression, don't know about you, Dr. Threlfall, not too bad, but of course he's got to convince himself. That's the priority. Edberg's got to convince himself that he's not too hampered by that.
Yeah. That was tough on pioline. Lucky for Edberg.
Key moment, no question about that. Had to haul himself back from love 30 in this game, in 15-40.
First serve.
Ching forward then, I think, a bit gingerly.
First serve, 144K.
Wild. That's a manful effort, really is, by Edberg. Because the fall, if nothing else, would have ruined his concentration, which would have been good. Having said that, Edberg's the man who said he didn't even notice Boris Yeltsin walk on court at the end of a game when they played in the final in Moscow 2 years ago. So there you are.
Just occurs to me, Jerry, that there you see the score 3-all level pegging. Well, if one or the other player had taken all his chances, the set would be over, 6-love.
Yep.
Love 15.
I think there you saw a difference in the two players. Edberg, the master of the low volley, and this chap much better with a high volley, put away volley.
all.
If that foot is hurting, it's probably the backhand where it's going to manifest itself more when he leans onto the right leg. And the backhand, of course, his favorite wing.
There's almost stifling tension here as France go back into the lead, 4 games to 3 first set. His mind again.
Yeah, and the last game was the first one of this match, which did not contain break points, held by pioline to 15.
Love 15.
Bad volley. Fortunate to get away with that.
Well, I couldn't see why he didn't put it away cross court. I think perhaps Edberg changing his mind. Eventually, it's dangerous to do that. Caught between the two, gave it back.
Yeah, just long.
30 all.
Badly needs to get this service of his going.